Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to season 2 of Dog Turds into Diamonds. We are here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds, and as you can see, it has been a bit of a busy summer because we are 10-3 favourites to win the English Southern League Premier Central Division this season. We have been doing a lot over the summer. I'll be honest with you, I am sick to death of seeing trialists. But it's been necessary to try and put us in a position where we can have a really good promotion push. As you know, at the end of season 1, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. At the end of season 1, I did feel that we were the best footballing team in the league, but we had a couple of clear areas that kind of worked against us in our push for promotion last season, and we ended up finishing in 5th place. But now we have brought in a lot of players. There have been so many players to look at over the summer with all the professional football league teams releasing lots and lots of players. But we've put ourselves in a position where I really do think we should be expecting to go up this season. And you can see from the Media Dream 11 for our division, we only have D'Amalio Brown-Sterling in there at the moment, which I was kind of surprised about, but I think as the season goes on, we might see more of our players appear in there. Now, I'm going to try this second season to make the episodes a little bit shorter. I do tend to speak a lot, and I do tend to enjoy talking about Football Manager. I also tend to kind of focus on little details that maybe aren't that important for you, the viewer. So I am going to do my best to try and cut things down a little bit, but I do think there's a lot to speak about in this first episode because so much has been going on. Now, first of all, I've completely revamped the staff. We had basically all of our staff going out of contract at the end of last season, so there were very, very few of them that I wanted to keep on. So if we just look here, I've got a new assistant manager, Chris Llewellyn. Let's see if it wants to load him up. Now, for our level, this is an absolutely fantastic coach, really well-rounded. He can coach attacking, defending, and technical. He is pretty good at people management and adapting, and he's also really, really good at judging player ability and potential. This is a coach more than capable of coaching in the Football League. And if we look at his history, he actually started out as apart from a spell as a player assistant manager at West End. He was actually in quite a long time in Swansea, first as reserves coach and then reserves manager, and then with the under-18s. He then went to Colchester, so he's got a wealth of experience. So I'm really, really pleased to have him in as assistant manager. We have also, that's another thing I'm going to try and stop doing in this second season, saying a lot. I tend to use that as a filler between my words. I'm going to try and stop it, but there's no guarantees. Marshall Dixon came in with us last season, and we now have as our first team coach, how am I pronouncing this? Johan Llewellyn. So we've got 2 Llewellyns on the coaching staff, as I again. He's another one just like our assistant manager who's decent at working with youngsters, but look at that, he's really good at tactical coaching. So the area of tactical coaching, defensive coaching, attacking coaching, and technical coaching, we've got 2 coaches that can do all of that. He's good at motivating, and he's another one that's not bad at recognizing player potential, although that doesn't really apply with his role. So I think we must have the best coaching team in the division. I'm not even going to check it. I'm sure we must have. So I'm really, really pleased with those. Now look at this. Gary Hazley is our new fitness coach. Wait till you see there's 20 fitness. 20 fitness. Now you can see here his main role, or his best role apparently, is as a physio. He's got 14 physiotherapy, but as soon as I saw him, I basically did a search looking for fitness coaches, I think with at least 15 fitness coaching. And Gary Hazley came up. He wanted a job as a physio, but I offered him a little bit more than he wanted. He wanted £25 a week to be a physio. I offered him £40 a week as a fitness coach, and he snapped my arm off. He doesn't realize how incredible he is. So again, there is no doubt about it. We've got the best fitness coach in the league, and we're only paying him £40 a week. An absolute steal. So with the limited amount of coaching that we do, I generally put on one physical session a week in our 2 days, 4 sessions training plan that we have as part-timers. So we're really going to be able to make the most of the fitness coaching with Gary Hazley. Absolutely delighted to have found him. And we also have a new goalkeeping coach, Danny Potter. He's, you can see, 8 distribution, 9 handling, 8 shot stopping. He's average at best, isn't he? But he is the best goalkeeping coach I could possibly find. So, yeah, basically I've got the best possible, but I'm sure we can make big upgrades there in the future. Now, I don't have him loaded up here, but I did put on our staff shortlist. I found a guy who is absolutely incredible at goalkeeper coaching. I think he's 19, 20, 19, but he doesn't even work as a goalkeeper coach. I think he might have been a head of youth development or something like that. I desperately wanted to offer him the job as goalkeeping coach, but I didn't even have that option. He doesn't even want to consider it. So we've got Danny Potter instead. Now you can see here there's a vacancy, head of youth development. I'm not even going to sign up a head of youth development. I just don't think it's worth it at our level. So we're saving £150 a week, more or less there. I have also bought in a new scout, Jodie Barford. 10 judging player ability, which is very, very good for our level. That's kind of what I'm concentrating on right now, the players that can come in and get straight into our team. So his 7 judging player potential doesn't worry me too much. It's the ability right now that I'm looking at. So Jodie Barford is going to be a decent member of the scouting team for our level. And again, there is a vacancy here for director of football. I am also not going to fill it. I am just all the non-essential jobs, director of football, technical director. We did have a first team analyst as well. We've got a head performance analyst. We also had a regular performance analyst that I let go because I just didn't see the need for it. So yeah, I did actually ask for more coaches as well because I wanted to offer a job as a coach to ex-Chelsea and Liverpool England international Joe Cole. He accepted a contract from us, but there was no place for him. So I asked for more coaches. They told us that we were being allowed 3 coaches, but they didn't tell us that that was including goalkeeping and fitness coaches who we already had anyway. So although they've supposedly expanded us to 3 coaching places, it doesn't give me any additional spots for more coaches at the moment. So that's what we've done with the staff. Really, really pleased with that. We are taking on today to start our season St. Ives. St. Ives, you remember on the last day of last season, they finished 3rd to get into the playoffs. They didn't manage to get promotion, but they are obviously going to be one of the main competitors in our division this season. So a huge away game to start the season off with. That's going to be very, very interesting in terms of seeing where we are and what we can expect for this season. We also, St. Neots are new into our league. We've got them early on, and we've got an away game at Bedford. So that is actually a little bit of a local derby. Bedford are kind of half an hour away from Rushden. So that's kind of, them and Peterborough kind of qualify as the local derbies for this season. I think St. Neots is not far away either. So a few kind of derby games, which is quite nice. If we go and have a look at what we've done with the team, the actual starting 11 is not going to look too different, but this is the team that we've got going into this season. I'm going to start with the goalkeeper first. We have a new goalkeeper. Lewis Elsom is coming in to replace Dean Snedker, and I think he looks fantastic for our level. His reflexes are very, very good for our level, but all in all, in terms of his aerial reach, command of area, communication, handling, kicking, he is excellent. His throwing is very good as well, and his mental stats off the ball, his concentration, his teamwork, he is very, very good. Where he does fall down is on the physical side of the game, but he's been performing very, very well in pre-season. I'll talk a little bit about pre-season later, but Lewis Elsom is going to start. And remember, Dean Snedker was our top earner on £475 a week. Lewis Elsom is on £120 a game. So a massive, massive saving over Dean Snedker there. I'm really pleased with that. I do think he's a better goalkeeper than Dean Snedker as well, or at the very worst on the same level. So we're starting today. Matt Richardson is suspended for today's game. So Jim Fenlon is going to start as our right back. Jay Williams will start at centre back. He had some games at centre back last season, wasn't fantastic, but he is technically our best defender. So hopefully he can do well there today. Sam Warburton is at left back, and then here is a new face at centre back. Now, last season, I really felt the two areas we had to improve were centre back and goalkeeper. At centre back, well, we saw our stats at the end of last season that we were by far the worst team in the league for tackles and blocks. So we really need higher quality defenders this season to not concede so many goals and not give games away when we are the superior team. And Courtney Meppen-Walter, 28 years old, I hope is going to help do that for us. He is actually identified or characterized as a midfielder, but I think he looks like a fantastic centre back for us. He's 6'3", he's got 14 strength. His jumping reach is pretty good, and his heading is pretty good. I think combined with his height, that's going to be excellent. 14 stone 9. He's absolutely monstrous. Unfortunately, he's not the fastest, 7 pace and 5 acceleration, but what he does have is great positioning, great decisions, good concentration. He's very brave, I think, and then when you factor in his 10 passing and 9 vision, considering that we like to play out from the back, I think he really suits us. And if we just compare him to last season's captain, Alex Collard, you can see here that Courtney Meppen-Walter is the far superior player. Looking at the attributes, he beats him on technicals, he beats him on mentals, and he is also his equal physically, although he doesn't have that same acceleration. He is an excellent, excellent defender for our level, I think. I was looking for a player with better tackling and better aggression, but I think, again, Courtney Meppen-Walter is basically the best I've been able to find. I did find players that had a bit of aggression and had a bit of tackling, but they weren't as well rounded as Courtney here. So Courtney Meppen-Walter comes in. He is another real leader with his 12 leadership. We have got a lot of really good leaders in this team. So I'm pleased that we have managed to get a new centre back in. We will see as the season goes on if that does sort out our defensive problems, along with Lewis Elsom in goal. In midfield, so as we spoke about at the end of last season, we are now playing a 3-man midfield. Waddington, King James and Jamie O'Hara are going to start in the midfield. King James, he is our new captain. The king has got his crown. 14 leadership and 12 teamwork is far superior to anybody else in the team. He's got that 14 aggression and 12 bravery. He is just an absolute leader of men. Arise, King James. Jamie O'Hara back in the team now that we're playing a 3-man midfield. His physicals, as we know, are in the toilet. He cannot run, but what he does have is truly exceptional technical and mental ability for our level. in a three-man midfield with King James covering behind him and giving us more legs as an athlete there. I think it really opens the door for us to utilise Jamie O'Hara this season as a starter again, the 35-year-old. Up front, we've got Jack Brown, our fantastic playmaker. For me, he's an AFC Rushden and Diamonds legend already. We've got up front Demalio Brown-Sterling, top scorer in the league last season. I forgot to confirm that in our season review. But yes, he did finish 25 goals in, I think, 29 games. He did finish last season as the top scorer in the league. He's got 6 in 5 in pre-season, looking good. Expect great things from Demalio Brown-Sterling, and he is going to start today, partnered by Shaq Coulthurst, who has got 5 in 3 in pre-season, has been playing very, very well. You can see there. I mean, we saw him at the end of last season. He's just got absolutely everything for our level, apart from perhaps his composure, which has gone up from 4 to 5. So hopefully he will get in on the goals along with Demalio Brown-Sterling this season. On the bench, we have another new face, Lewis Turner. Absolutely superb right back, but look how versatile he is. He can play central midfield or defensive midfield. I'm expecting to give him a number of games there, the 29-year-old, but he can also play left back and right wing back if we need him to. So he can play all over the field, really. He's got great mentals, really good positioning, which I like. We do lack defenders with that positional sense. So he's got that. He's got good composure on the ball. He's decent enough at marking and tackling, and he takes a good free kick as well. He's good athletically. I think it was just a really, really nice signing to make. We brought him in from Farsley, who are actually now in our league. They were relegated from the Vanarama North. So this is a player that played at a higher level previously. Now, Alex Collard is also on the bench. Jordan Parks. This is, I'm now forgetting how can I forget his name? The midfielder at Southampton, who is a pretty average midfielder but takes awesome free kicks. It will come back to me at some point. We've got the non-league version here. We have got the non-league, maybe you call him David Beckham. 18 free kick taking. I saw, we bought Jordan Parks in on trial. I saw his ability. I thought, well, he's kind of an average midfielder. He's nothing special. But I saw that 18 free kick taken and I could not resist. 13 penalty taken as well. He's a decent passer, got good vision. There's no doubt he can participate in a 3-man midfield. But with those 18 free kicks, I think he is going to be absolutely sensational. You can see the majority of his career, he has played at a higher level in Vanarama South. He's had seasons where he has got an awful lot of goals. So expect Jordan Parks to play a big part as the season goes on. Got absolutely no worries about putting him in when Jamie O'Hara is getting tired or he needs a rest. Jordan Parks is going to play a lot. The South African Mashigo has signed for another 6 months before his Waterford contract runs out. So he's in on loan. Again, 14 passing, 11 vision. Superb with his 11 decisions at our level. So pleased to have the 21-year-old in again. Ravi Shamsi on the bench. And now we've got Matti Viger. Matti Viger is going to be on the bench. As you know, we bought him in at the end of last season, released by Crystal Palace, the 18-year-old striker. 12 finishing, 13 heading at 6 foot tall. Very, very good. 12 pace and acceleration, but his off the ball decisions and composure just make him a fantastic poacher. So again, you can see he's got 3 in 5 in pre-season, and that was all coming off the bench. So really pleased with how he's looked. And we've also got another new striker, Eric Bougarin Londano. Now look at this guy, 19-year-old Spaniard, released by Wolves. They had him for a couple of years. They bought him in from Vigo in Spain. Look at him for our level. 13 dribbling, 13 finishing, 13 first touch, 12 heading. He is going to be an absolute goal machine in our level. And even more so when you consider his 11 off the ball, 10 decisions and 9 composure. Maybe lacking a little bit of pace and strength compared to some of our other striking options, but I think this is a fantastic 19-year-old for our level. So we are going to score goals. We have got 4 strikers this season, all capable of scoring an absolute hatful at our level. So that is kind of where we are at with the new look team. On the bench, we've also, out of the team, out of the squad, we've got Harry Philby, a 22-year-old centre-back, who again is very, very good mentally, decent enough in terms of his technical ability, and he's another one who's very, very strong. So I've got no worries about bringing Harry Philby in if there's a need for that during the season. So I think he rounds off our squad options nicely there. Nayan Masuria, our Indian international winger, he is on the bench there. Leston Evans is another central defender in on loan. We are paying him nothing. 12 tackling, 12 marking, 10 aggression, 12 positioning, 12 decisions, good physicals. Another really good centre-back option. Probably he's in loan from Newport County. I'm probably not going to play him just with the defensive strength that I feel we have now, but he's there as an option. Expect him to probably end up going back to Newport County at some point because he just won't be playing enough games, but he's in there as an option. And Alfie Brooks is an 18-year-old goalkeeper who was released by Birmingham. And again, I just think he's a really, really good backup option for our level. 14 aerial reach, 12 handling, 12 reflexes, 10 one-on-ones. Really, really good. And physically, with his jumping reach and agility, he's got a bit about him as well. So I feel like he's a really good backup goalkeeper. Now, that side, the only other thing I wanted to show you, I do feel we're a little bit short in midfield, although Meppen Walter can play in midfield. Lewis Turner can play in midfield. We've got Jordan Parks and Mashigo. So we do have options, but I've got 2 midfielders here that I'm looking at. They're on trial, but I haven't offered contracts because they want an awful lot of money. Elijah Dixon-Bonner, the 21-year-old, has been released by Liverpool. He is sensational for our level with 13 passing, 12 first touch, 12 tackling. Brilliant mentals. Look at his composure, determination, his teamwork, his positioning. He is a sensational defensive-minded midfielder. I would love to get him in. He wants £650 a week, which the board are not allowing me to offer right now. I wouldn't offer that anyway because it would put us way over the budget. I think we've got about £350 available in the budget. So Elijah Dixon-Bonner, he is in on trial. He has got interest from elsewhere. You can see Harrogate are looking at him. So I might have to make a move if Harrogate should offer him a contract. But right now I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to see if after his trial is over, perhaps he accepts an offer of less money. But he is not my number one target right now. This is my number one target. Callum Hazeman. He has been released by Tottenham. 18 years old. Look at this guy. 12 passing, 12 tackling, 11 long shots, and 10 finishing. So he's a midfielder that's going to be capable of getting goals. He is incredible as an athlete physically, and he has incredible mentals as well. Positioning off the ball, he's a great leader. He's brave, he's aggressive, he's got amazing anticipation. He is far too good for our level, but I'm hoping we can get him. He is another one who wants an awful lot of money to sign. Again, I'm waiting until his trial finishes and see if he will accept a lower offer. But Preston are interested in him. Championship Preston. Now, I don't know if he is just so much above our level. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him in the end. But Cheshunt, who are also a Southern Premier team in the other division, they are obviously the same level as us. So I think we can compete with them. But obviously we can't compete with Preston if Preston offer him a contract. I'm desperate to get one of those two. I think it would just make our midfield absolutely formidable. And also with Hazeman and with Elijah Dixon-Bonner, I just think those are two players that if we were to get them on contract, if any club was interested in them, we would be able to ask big money for them. And that could be important because we are £84,000 in the red. The board have given us the objective of repairing the club's financial damage. You can see we're well under the wage budget right now. We're actually about £500 under the wage budget. We do have a player who's got a contract offer, another goalkeeper, which is why it's showing committed spending about £300 under budget. But if I can use those £500 to get in one of those midfielders, that would be absolutely superb. I don't want to go more than that and go over the budget. So that's where we're at. I think we're going to do this as a two-parter now because I've been speaking 26 minutes. I think that's long enough for this first part, but I think it was important to show you all the stuff that's been going on over the summer and what we're trying to do with the team. So yeah, we will leave it there and we will be back for part two. Really, really excited about this team. I think this side just has absolutely everything now to dominate the league. Like I say, we do have another couple of players that I'm looking at, which I won't comment about here, but I think we are pretty close to having a team that I think is just going to blow this league away. So that's all for this first episode. Please drop a like on it and subscribe, and we will see you back for part two very, very shortly, where we will go straight in to our opening game of the season against St. Ives.